Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Morning Brews. On today's show, Tottenham Hotspur versus the K-League. Are we ready to start panicking? And Jürgen Klopp is calling time on his managerial career. Stay tuned here. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, your world famous morning news, brews and clues show with myself, the Cough, and the Roadman. The Brews Brothers are back, and there is literally nothing to talk about this morning. There is nothing to talk about. But we are consistent. We're here every single day, and we're trying to get going. But let's see who's ready in the audience to join us through today's proceedings. We have Jazzy Fusion saying, when? Yesterday? We'll talk about Jurgen Klopp. We have a Nearban who's in the house saying, need to have a serious discussion about Liverpool as well. They're looking very sharp. Just one or two signings required, like in their midfield, and they will simply walk into top four, bare minimum. You could say so. We've got Scott Collivers in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. We have Tony Rodriguez, YouTube member. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Steve, THFC Collins. Hi, Ben and Dave. Trust you're both keeping well. We're keeping as well as we can do. Ryan. He's not coming to Tottenham, buddy. I feel sorry for this man. I feel sorry for him. Snorer, la 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 la. I don't know. We got Andrew Gregory, YouTube member. Good to see you, but good to see you as well. Kudos. Hopefully you're well. Andrew Gregory's in the house, YouTube member. A Tavacron Wembley morning, boys. As long as Levy, the Prince of Darkness, is called in the shop, then I am always panicking at the fate of our beloved football club. Also, morning, and David Tennant is better than Matt Smith. At what?
Nope.
At what?
He's saying he's a better doctor. We had a discussion last night.
David Tennant was the doctor, but as an actor, Matt Smith is better.
No, see, I disagree there because David Tennant had better stories at the time.
Much better
stories. Matt Smith created the way he was incredible. His acting and all that is why the stories were so good in Matt Smith's reign.
David Tennant at the time, Russell T. Davis, absolutely writing the hell out of those stories. And Matt Smith had Steve Moffat, who was dreadful. He was dreadful. Ben sounds tired. Yes, I am very tired this morning.
It was
a difficult night's sleep, and we're getting through it. We have Shawnee Slater saying, Cough Roadman. Chat, good morning to you. Andrew is ready to panic. We have Paul Clark saying, morning, Ben and Dave. Panic setting when we went on tour with no senior signings. We'll get to it. We have Colin Crossamano. Borda. We have Rich S. Man, morning. Is Kulu going to be a success as a striker? I will star your comment and we can talk about it. We have the Bertie Hotspur saying, big up everyone. Smash a like, subscribe, and say no to Levynomics. YouTube member, good to see you. Adrian Payne saying, morning to you both. Morning. We have Mark Cousins, the sheriff, saying, big up, morning. What say? I don't know what say. We had Miss TC Hotspur saying morning. Oh, we have out and about Chalks Talks Tottenham. Good morning. Good to see you in here. Good to see you. We got Simon Curran, Boketov. Good to see you. We got Zach Robinson. Morning. No, I'm not panicking yet. When the season starts, I just got back from watching Deadpool. People go and watch it. Absolutely. I want to
amazing.
What's this be out about Martial? I've not seen
Talk about that.
Dave is going to be really happy. We have Rinketic. Was Will Lancashire good yesterday? We can talk about him when we get to our review. We have Medic Greg, morning from Florida. Perky 1980, morning, same old rubbish. We got Rico Beans, morning chaps. Eze Netter and Gallagher, bomba. I don't want Gallagher. We have Terry Collins say morning. Good to see you. Have you signed anyone? Have we signed anyone? What's say?
No.
I prefer West say. Will Emerson leave today? It's getting closer. There's an agenda in the words of Nick. May I say that Dave looks extra Welsh this morning, does he?
Why do I look extra Welsh?
I don't know. What about Welsh Paul? What a superhero. I need to see it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Jurgen Klopp is calling it quits on his managerial career after leaving Liverpool. This is big news, isn't it? I mean, we'll have to pay tribute. If he does get a job, he gets a job. I don't see him getting a job. I don't see any top jobs that are good enough for him. And I don't see them available for unless he goes to Man City after Pep Guardiola, which he already said he's not managing another English club. So that's any club in England now. He won't manage any club in Germany. That's that. Really, he's got to go to Spain, and I don't see him going there. So that I think he's decided to call quits on his career. What a manager. What a manager in his career.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. And, you know, he's been very, very successful. He had a Liverpool team that was just insane at times. And I think it kind of, you seen last season when he obviously announced that he was leaving, that Liverpool team just couldn't handle it. You could see the players were genuinely devastated. They loved him. And, you know, like you were saying, when it comes to him with a new job or if he retires or anything, the only job I think he'd be interested in would be some sort of international, you know,
he's already said no to the United States and he's already said no to England. So that's done. And England is one of the biggest jobs because if he could turn that job around, if he managed England, he would win something.
Yeah, 100%. If he was managing England last Euros, they would have won it.
Yeah.
He's that good of a manager. But yeah, I just think he got to the point in his career, he was just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I just had enough. He's had a fantastic career as a manager. And I just feel like maybe just looking at it now and saying, what's the point?
Yeah.
He had to change from Liverpool. There comes a point, like City, there will come a point where Pep leaves.
Guardiola is leaving next year. He's not signing an extension.
Well, there you go then. Exactly. So these type of situations, when they arise, I think Pep won't actually retire like Klopp is. I think Klopp got to the point in his career, he's just like, look, I've won what I've won. I've had a fantastic career. He's leaving. He left Liverpool, an absolute utter legend.
Yeah. He's gone toe to toe with the best, one of the best two managers in history for 10 years. Like toe to toe with him. Like, yes, Guardiola came out on top more, but you got one that's a football club and one that is that's what it is. Yeah. Is you can't go. The fact he went toe to toe with that. With a lot of young players as well in the team. It's not like every player in his team was a superstar. They did buy a few superstars, of course. They bought the likes of Virgil van Dijk in. They bought Alisson in. They bought Salah in. But Salah was sort of not a well-known player at that time. He was at Roma, doing well at Roma. But he bought most of his players in and made them stars. And he went toe-to-toe with the best football team in the history of the Premier League. Except for maybe the Man United team and maybe the Invincibles, you could say. But it's madness. It's crazy what he did in those 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. It is crazy what he did. And again, don't get me wrong, he was a miserable get. Like, you know, if Liverpool lost, he would use every excuse.
Losers
of course they do. Yeah. But he'd use every excuse under the sun. Like, and I hope someone makes a compilation of them because they are hilarious. But he was a character as well. And he weren't a horrible person. You know, you got some managers who are genuinely just horrible.
Yeah.
And they're just a nasty style manager. Like, for me, it's always been like De Zerbi. De Zerbi, for me, is like an horrible manager. You just see he's a miserable get on, off the pitch. And, you know.
Klopp, you could go for beer with. You could go for beer with
Klopp will have a beer with you. Klopp will have a beer with you, but then he'll like say, you know what I mean? You're a bit of a muppet.
Let's get some flavor shots going. That's the type of guy Jürgen Klopp is.
Yeah, and I just feel like, you know, great career. He's ending it now if he does obviously fully move away from football completely. And fair play to him. Just fair play to him. He's looked at the point instead of dragging it out and carrying it on. He's like, you know what? Why not go live? Oh yeah, she has. She has. It's annoyed the hell out of me. Just quickly, it's annoyed the hell out of me.
It's the thing. That's how embarrassing it is. But West Ham fans can take the piss out of us, and they're fully justified in doing so. Yeah, it is what it is. But in the next piece of news, Tottenham Hotspur played the K-League team, and we watched this together, Dave, and it was a terrible performance. It was a terrible, terrible performance by Tottenham Hotspur.
It really was. And I know people are going to probably hate us for this and give us grief over it and everything like that because we won 4-3 and it's a pre-season friendly and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. I don't understand Ange. I don't understand it. Throughout this entire pre-season, we've not seen one different tactic. It's been the same as last season. We've consistently seen Emerson Royale as centre-back. Now, don't get me wrong, we don't have many centre-backs. Obviously, Van de Ven Romero is still obviously having a break. But my God, he's meant to be getting sold. Why is he still there? And the style of play wasn't entertaining.
No,
I'm sorry.
I've been saying that for the last 5 months, that this style of play is boring.
It is. It really is.
It's needless possession. You get caught in midfield, and then the other team is right on your back line immediately.
Yep. I mean, you look at that yesterday, right? Donnelly, yeah, right? Fantastic. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Donnelly was absolutely mustard. Like, think he's an incredible player. But that high line, how many times did he get the ball put back behind him? Yeah, and he couldn't keep up. And then Abbott came on, and the exact same thing's happening to him.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, but we'll have Van de Ven, we'll have Dogie. They've got pace. They get injured. You've got Ben Davis, and who else at left centre-back? No one.
Yep.
And that high line then becomes a really big issue. And it's just, I don't get why we didn't see any of the tactics in training. And we've watched the open training. We've watched a lot of things, you know what I mean, to do with training and everything. No change of tactics. It's the exact same.
It's the exact same.
Yeah, and we're not learning to shoot from outside the box. We're learning to pass the ball in the net.
And so Ange did have a rant to them saying to have a go. Why has he not been saying that the entire year? We've got someone like Sonny who's brilliant from shooting outside the box.
Yeah, look at that goal he scored
in a year.
Yeah, and it's a big worry, and you know we'll get on to obviously the other part why we're going to be panicking and everything. I will talk about that, but that's a big reason why. And I'm sorry to say, and I know people will disagree with this, you cannot go into a brand new season with kids. Yeah. You can't do it. You just can't. And I'm sorry, Maddison, sort yourself out, mate.
Yeah.
You hit the deck so much. It was annoying. That every touch, anytime a player went near him, he's hitting the deck. You've got the Archie Grays and the Bergvalls who are having players slam into him, and they're still standing there holding him off. Maddison gets touched, he's down holding his ankle.
Yeah.
That is not good. That's not good for our team, because if we're in an attacking phase and he gets touched and goes down for the foul, it kills the attack. And yeah, it's I just don't like it at the moment, mate. It's not entertaining. It's not boring. Giving me any hope.
It's ultra boring.
But what have you seen in pre-season? Does that give you any hope whatsoever for the new season?
Nope. No. Because people are going to say, oh, City lost twice in pre-season. They've lost 2 games in pre-season. The moment that pre-season, that first game of the season, they're going to be on it. They're going to be on it. Us, we've gone pre-season games and won every game, like eight games, and we've won all 8 of them, and then started 2 points from 8 games. This is the history de Tottenham. And I don't think people understand the history of Tottenham, but it's not good. And I'm going to say it again. Sean loves to repeat it. He loves to repeat when I play it. Square pegs, round holes. Again. Ben Davis is not a centre-back. He plays centre-back for Wales in a back 3, not in a back 2. Emerson Royale is not a centre-back. He's a right-back in a flat back 4.
Yeah.
Play players in their correct positions. And if you've got no one to play those correct positions, buy some players that can play in those positions. It's not difficult, Ange. You're paid 3 million quid a year to be able to make that decision, and you can't seem to make it. All these players, it's the first game I saw Archie Gray play in his correct position. The first. We played 4 games. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for me.
It isn't. It really, really isn't.
He's never played as a number 9 in his career. Why is he now a number 9? At Juventus, he played in a top 2 with Ronaldo. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine in that role. He's probably even best in that position with someone next to him. But as a starting number 9, he's not tall enough. Yes, he's strong enough. He's good at holding the ball. He's a good ball carrier. Carrier. He's not that player. He's not it.
Yeah.
So why are you playing him as a number 9? Buy a number 9. It's not like we're paupers.
No. But I want to, like, you're talking about Kulu there, yeah, right? If you watch his actual game, right, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because half the time he loses the ball. He's always got his back face to goal. And when it comes off, it's great. He could pass a player like that. How many times did he actually pass a player in pre-season? He didn't. He really didn't that much. He lost the ball more than anything else. And the reason people like what he does and everything, because he's done what, 2 or 3 flicks that have ended up an assist with a goal. Fantastic. That's great. You're in the pre-season friendly against okay defenders. In the Premier League, there's no way he's doing that. It ain't going to happen. And yeah, I just think I still don't get why Emerson Royale was playing consistently through that pre-season, unless Ange has been told by Levy, Lange, or whoever, Scott Munn, whoever it did, turn around and say, look, you're gonna have to play Royale. We need to sell him. He has to be played. But you can't do that. The pre-season's meant to gel the team together.
Correct. Which is why this comment is ludicrous. Because it's about performances. It's about getting your patterns of play down for the new season. Because by hell, we didn't get our pattern of play down last season. We were terrible for the whole of 2024, and we've continued it. We can't play football properly.
No. Yeah, Hugo's right in a sense. It is about getting game time within your legs and rebuilding them up for the season and stuff like that. But it's also about players gelling together.
Yeah.
Why is Emerson Royale trying to gel with centre backs? He shouldn't be here. He's not going to be here. No, so there's no point. So you either use the youth defender, or you tell Romero or Van de Ven to come back early or whatever it is, and then you gel them. Because if he's just basing it on Romero and Van de Ven, and there's no obviously separate defenders behind them, backup defenders gelling together. So what, we expecting them to last all season? Van de Ven's got a worse hamstring injury list than Neto.
Yep.
Romero.
This system.
Yeah, Romero is what? You know what I mean? He might get a red card. I'm not saying he's going to, but he might get a red card. Then what? Who's there to gel with the others?
Yep.
There isn't.
We've got another comment from Hugo saying it's not FIFA. We can't just buy. I'm not asking them to buy. We're not NSYNC.
No. When have we said to buy?
We're asking them to buy a striker because we haven't got a striker because he's injured. We're asking them to buy another defender because we haven't got enough defenders. And buy another creative midfielder. We can buy 3. West Ham have bought 5 players. And they don't make nearly enough money, as much money as Tottenham make. Yeah. It's not even in the same stratosphere how much money we make compared to West Ham. And they can buy players.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why can't we, though, as well? Not saying we have to, but why can't we? What stops us from buying some of the best players in the world?
The club.
I don't get it. I don't get why we can't. Like you said, Ben, it's not like we haven't got the money.
Yeah. Good to see you, no. Good to see you. Yeah,
I just, but it's not good. We've got what? 19 days, is it, until we start our season?
Yeah, against Leicester away.
And through the pre-season, we've seen Sonny is a striker again, who's already openly admitted he's not a striker and likes to play on the wing.
Yeah.
We've seen Lancashire. We've seen Valise once or twice for a couple of minutes. And we've seen Dane Scarlett once or twice for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
So that means we can't buy a striker. That there is saying we shouldn't buy a striker. We can't just buy. No, we need to. But the thing is, we need to. Right? On the wings, yeah? Brennan Johnson yesterday. Now, I'm a big fan of Brennan Johnson. Everyone knows this. I'm Welsh. I like him. He was bad. He was terrible yesterday. He was really bad. Timo Werner, right? Bad. Gotta be honest, bad.
Shocking in that. But he got that assist, so well done to him.
Yeah, great assist. Yeah, great assist, but he's not going to be able to do that consistently through the season. We can't look at just friendlies. You can't look like that as just friendlies, because you know what I mean. Some will say, "Oh, it's just friendlies. It's okay. It's just friendlies." Okay, but when the Prem starts, it's not going to be friendlies. It's going to be full blown. Everyone wants to win the league.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. Everyone wants to...
We're not winning the league with this team.
No, but everyone wants to win the league. Everyone wants to cut.
The problem is, I'm not going to make a slant on the fans because I don't want... Everyone's allowed to...
No, of course not.
It's great. But there are going to be Tottenham fans that say we can win the league this year. There are Tottenham fans that think we've got a chance of even getting...
And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine for them. If they wish to believe that and have some positivity in that sense, great, fine. Have fun with that. But we're just trying to be realistic. It's not going to happen. It won't happen, because if we came into this window, right, and we bought one or two strikers, if we bought a backup centre-back, left centre-back for Van der Ven, we bought an Udogie backup, yeah, I'm happy that Spence is doing so well in pre-season. We don't keep Spence behind Porro because he can do a job. It's great. It's fine. I like Spence there, yeah? On midfield,
I've enjoyed watching.
I think he's been honestly, the way Spence has played. You know what I mean. I wouldn't be mad if Ange started him over Porro against Leicester. I wouldn't be mad at that. I'd be like, okay, fair enough. Let's see what he's got, because he's actually started to play really well.
Yeah,
you've got to give it to that. He's stuck his head down and played football. Everyone was hyping Mikey Moore, right? Fantastic player, great. He came up when he came on. Obviously, it was late in the game. This is no dig at him late in the game and everything, but he came on against a half decent left back. He barely touched the ball.
Yeah, and that's
against. He barely touched the ball
against the K League.
Yeah, and this is no dig at him. We're just saying, like we've been saying, he's not ready. He's not ready. You can't start these type of players and expect you're going to do well within the league. He will have game time. You have to give it to him. Otherwise, he's just not going to sign a new contract. Excuse me. Not going to sign a new contract. But you've got to bring him in gradually. These players can't start. Our first team isn't finished. Right? And I don't mind giving the Devines, the Donleys, the Lancashires, the Moores little game time here or there, or lower games in the FA Cup or Carabao. Yeah. But to expect these type of players to make us do really well in the Prem ain't going to happen. You're sorry.
Putting them on a pedestal that they can't live up to.
Yeah, and it's not good for their career.
That's dangerous for them, isn't it? It's dangerous.
It is,
When you hype them up, unlike what Sean Slater's doing with Donnelly, because they're actually really great with him, but people putting Mikey Moore on this pedestal, all it's going to do is going to give him an ego. And not a good ego. Egos are a good thing when you say you're going to do something and you back it up. If everyone tells him he's the best thing since sliced bread, he's going to actually think it, and he isn't the best thing since sliced bread yet. Not at all. Yeah. He could be, but let him play some games of football. Let him play in the Premier League, get some minutes, get a couple of goals, couple of good assists. Then we can start saying, oh, this guy's a really good player. Next game, he does an even better performance. He builds up momentum. But what we're saying is Mikey Moore is going to fix our entire team. He's not. Not for at least 4 seasons.
No.
Not yet.
And the other biggest issue with this as well is, right, we've got a fan base, which I've said before, we've got a fan base that loves to hate players. They love to hate players. They love having an agenda. They love hating players. If Mikey Moore comes in, yeah, and plays really bad, we lose that game, yeah? What do you think this fan base is going to do? They're going to hound him. At 16 years old, they're going to hound him and hound him and hound him.
Yeah.
They're going to hound him, and it's not good because they do it. He's
spot
right.
on, Perky.
He's right. Yeah, he's right.
Absolutely spot on.
We have some talent, though. We have some fantastic talent, but you've got to do it right. Now, if Levy's saying to Ange,
nah, Nick, nah. That's not an agenda. It's just fact.
But if we start the season right, which unfortunately we're going to be starting the season at the moment right now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now, because obviously the past is the past, the present we don't know because the future you can't predict. Sorry, we're starting this season with the same team as what we've had.
Yeah,
that got fifth.
This team is worse. This team is worse.
We haven't got depth.
Because we don't, like, or whatever you think of Højbjerg. Højbjerg was a Premier League proven, battle-hardened midfielder, and he can come onto games and do something. He can come on and calm a game down, put a tackle in, do this. Who's Højbjerg's replacement? Who's coming?
Archie Gray. But he's been playing centre-back the entire pre-season.
I don't Gray gonna, when you really need to hold a league, you're going to bring on Archie Gray. It's not his game. His game is on the ball, pass. He's a really good technical midfielder, but he's not there yet. We've weakened our squad. We've weakened it because Richarlison isn't fit again.
Yep.
Højbjerg is gone. Whether you like Emerson or not, Emerson's going. There's going to be less cover at right back now if we need a right back. We've weakened our squad. We've not strengthened in any way, shape, or form. We are weakening the squad actively.
Yeah. And that's what we're saying about panicking. It's not panicking over the fact that, you know what I mean, we're not made signings. We're panicking over the whole situation. It's a big worry when you watch your closest rivals. Because people bring up City. Well, City not signing anyone. They won the league.
Yeah.
They won the league. And
they already had a ridiculous team.
They already had a ridiculous team. Arsenal, who just came second,
with the best
strengthened their squad.
The best defence in the league have already bought a better left back or a better left centre back to play in that. Ricardo Calafiori, and they're already looking at buying Marino as well to strengthen up that midfield, which was really good last year.
Yeah, and then you go down the list. Liverpool, right, under Arne Slot. Okay, they haven't signed anyone. Liverpool already have a great squad.
Yeah,
they already have a great squad. They beat Arsenal last night 2-1. Yeah, but they beat Arsenal last night 2-1. United strengthened. Unfortunately, United have ended up with a massive injuries of pre-season because their new centre-back, Yoro or something, has ended up injured. West Ham just signed Somerville. Already have Kudus, Bowen. They started looking to sign a striker.
I wish I had West Ham's wingers.
Yeah, but they're looking to sign a striker, yeah, right? While they've already got Antonio and Danny Ings there.
As well. Fulkrug is a great player.
But that's what I'm saying. They're looking at signing more. Then you look at the likes of Palace, who did really well in the Glasgow near the end of the season.
Yeah.
You look at other teams that are starting to put players in that can strengthen. Well, these are the teams we struggled against last season.
Yeah.
We struggled against these teams last season, and yet they've strengthened, and we're going with them pretty much with the same team. And that's the kind of worry there that we should have strengthened early on. I don't understand what stopped us. Because we got told by all the ITKs, whether you believe it or not, whatever, yeah? Right? You look at the ITKs, PSR. We're attacking teams with PSR. Okay, cool. That didn't happen. We're going after players after the Euros. The Euros finished ages ago. That didn't happen. Now we're definitely getting 3 players in. That hasn't happened. Then we're getting 1 player in. That hasn't happened. What is Lange's job? Is it to sell players? Guy put up a tweet, yeah, right? And it was just a bit tongue-in-cheek, by the way. Is we lost one director of football who was good at buying players but couldn't sell for anything.
Yeah.
To bring in a director of football that can sell players but can't buy.
Yeah.
What Lange has done this season is keep Timo Werner on loan, which was easy, sound, and sign Archie Gray.
Apparently, Ange is not wanted. I've heard in the grapevine that Ange didn't actually want Timo Werner. He's just been stuck with him.
Well, if that's the case, that's the case. You know what I mean?
That's the case. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard inklings in the grapevine. I don't know anything. I'm just a random bloke on the internet. Ange should walk. In that case, he should walk.
All right, this is our first time we've had this, Ben. But David Shearer has just gifted 5 Tottenham Hotspur memberships. Big up, David. Big up, sir. If you receive a membership from David, please drop him a thank you in the chat.
Absolutely.
He's an incredible guy. Thank you so much, David. That's our first memberships on this morning brews.
Great stuff, right?
That's great. That's amazing. Big up, David. Big up. In the chat, give him big love because that is awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, Ben, like we're talking about, right? When you go in, I still haven't had an answer from anyone, a legit answer stating why we haven't signed any players. No one's come and give a legitimate answer. It's just, it's timing. Well, what's the timing? Oh, it's hard. It's hard because the targets we're going for. Then go for other targets. If you can't get them ones, move on.
Yeah.
I don't get what this. There's always an excuse for someone as to why we're not signing anyone, and I'd rather less excuses and just have a definitive answer. Are we sticking? What are you doing? It's all going off this morning. Technical difficulties, everyone. But yeah, if I could get a definitive answer as to why we're not signed anyone, great sound. But at the moment, it's just we're not bothering. If we want a Neto, we could go and buy Neto. There's nothing stopping us getting him. If we wanted to buy Tony, say hypothetically, if we wanted to, what is stopping us?
Yeah. Now there is something stopping us, David, because the player that they've bought to replace Tony is now injured.
Oh, he's injured now, yeah, but I'm on about previous to that.
We had a chance. He was injured.
Yeah, but there is nothing stopping us directly going out and actually getting players in.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
It's
a big worry. It is a big worry. I hope tomorrow or today we sign an abundance of players like loads come in.
An influx of generational group of 18 to 21-year-olds. Why are they generational? They're not generational. They're not generational at all.
How are they generational?
They've not done anything.
Who's generational, though?
Who's generational in that group of players? Mikey Moore, is he generational? No, not yet. Donnelly, I like Donnelly. Is he generational? No. Lancashire, generational? No. Alfie Devine, I know Dave absolutely adores him.
Had a terrible loan.
Yeah. Ashley Phillips, I like Ashley Phillips. Is he generational? No. Archie Gray, is he generational? Not sure yet. I don't think so at the moment.
You've got to give these players time. This is the problem. They haven't done anything.
If you put them on a pedestal, they will get an ego. And that works out brilliantly. Not a single one of them is generational. Not a single one.
No, unfortunately. They're great players. This is not saying they're bad. They're fantastic players. But they can't be generational. A generational talent, we'll have to see, won't we?
You say that after the fact, don't you, David? Like Wayne Rooney, generational talent.
Yeah.
Because he
Gareth Bale, generational talent.
Yep.
Like
people call Delhi a generational talent. Is he? Had 2 good seasons?
No. I'm sorry. Generational talent. You end your...
We absolutely love Delhi for being very honest about his personal problems. Is he a generational talent? No.
He was a fantastic talent. You can see he was great.
Absolutely.
Ryan Giggs,
Generational
talent.
Lionel Messi.
Solskjaer. Only got a Solskjaer. Well, yeah, because he won everything with United at the time when they were
generational talent. No, he was just a tap in.
Okay, all right. What about Beckham? Beckham,
generational talent.
Yeah, Modric,
generational.
Yeah, you can't say these are generational talents because they haven't done anything yet. And this word that gets thrown around just to hype up kids.
Yep.
But that's what a generational talent is. It a rare player who does something from his early career and ends his career amazing.
Oh, no, Wayne Rooney wasn't given a chance. He was so good that he was given it. He took it. But coming on against the team that had just gone invincible, and he scored a 30-yard screamer against them.
I remember that. I remember that.
No, you don't just give. Here's the problem. You aren't just given chances. You have to earn them. And I don't see a single one of these youth players, except for maybe Donnelly and maybe Jed Spence, that have earned somewhat of a chance. But they've not earned a chance in the Premier League. Maybe in the lower stages of the FA Cup or the League Cup.
Yeah. But no one knew these players were going to be good. That's why you couldn't call them generational talents back in the day, because they've walked away with winning so much with how good they were. That's how you got to look at it. And yeah, Giggs, Beckham, Owen, Rooney and all that were playing before they were 18. So is Mikey Moore. Right? Has he done enough to deserve his chance? Yeah, I think he has. But you can't say he's generational right now, because unless he does it in the Premier League consistently, like Rooney did over the season, then no, you can't. You can't say he's generational. I disagree that Yamal Lamel is generational talent. I disagree with it, because at the moment he had a good Euros.
Yeah.
But overall, what if next season he becomes absolutely rubbish?
Well, I'm already seeing Yamal is starting to do some really idiotic things on the internet, and that will destroy him as a career as a 16-year-old. All the girls he's now going out with, the money he's throwing about.
Yeah.
If he doesn't,
but that's what happens when you give kids money, mate. They seem to, some can handle it, some can't. But for me, we have fantastic talent, and it'll be great to have them on the bench. You cannot start these players to do any decent in the league. I was going to say and league at the same time. Then
I think people are trying to wind us up this morning, but Rico Beans has become a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We're going to go for a couple more of these comments before we end the show.
Yeah, we've got a couple of questions as well.
Yes, we've got a couple of questions. We've got people saying this. People like to put this. Can't say I wish this is seasonal if they take their chances.
Yeah, exactly. This season will tell if they get their chances in the Premier Europa. Exactly. You can't say they're generational yet. We've watched every single every single preseason game together. We watched them all. And yes, they've done great. They have done good. We're not saying they haven't. We're just going against your comment and saying they're generational. A good preseason doesn't make you generational.
We've had great preseasons and then gone 2 points from 8 games.
Yeah. But if they came in, right, and they pushed the first team, like Lancashire becomes our starting striker and scoring goal after goal after goal, and we have an incredible season with him, then fantastic. Mikey Moore comes in and benches Kulu and Johnson on that right and has an amazing season, then great. Right now, that word is being used wrongly because they've done nothing. They've had a good pre-season.
Tottenham fans are lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves.
I don't think they're lying to themselves. I just think they want to. I just think they want the belief that we have an incredible team and we have young players who are amazing. So they use the word generational for that fact. Just to look at other teams and go, well, we've got abundance of generational talent. It's just that, But logically thinking about it, we don't have an abundance of generational talent because they've not done anything yet.
Yeah. But we got some questions before we end the show. We got one from Scott Culliver saying, is Kudu going to be a success as our striker? No. Straight up, no. He's not a striker.
No.
And are we panicking enough? We'd take Conor Gallagher. No.
Hey, we're going to see soon. We're going to see soon.
Ange really likes him, but here's the thing. The guy does not want to play for Tottenham. It'll be Jason Cundy 2.0. He does not want to play for Tottenham, but there are people that still want him. I don't understand it, but I'm not panicking enough.
We're not manager. If Ange wants him, he wants him. Simple as. That's it. If he thinks he's going to do the team better, okay, cool.
He's picked the right player though, hasn't he? A player that is the captain of Chelsea. It's like he doesn't understand football rivalry, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can have a talk about, because people that grow up Chelsea fans despise Tottenham. It's in their blood. So why are you trying to buy Chelsea's captain who doesn't want to play for Tottenham, who's been a Chelsea fan all his life? He doesn't want to leave them even. If he had the choice of staying at Chelsea, he would have stayed at Chelsea. But he wants to go to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, because he wants the wages. You heard apparently he was going to become the highest paid player at Chelsea.
Yeah.
One of the highest earners at Chelsea. We don't pay high wages unless your name's Ndombele and you're lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you do nothing. 200 grand a week for him was a joke, but we don't pay high wages. Why do you think we're signing such young players? Because they don't demand high wages. When Adogi and Papa Mata signed for us, do you know how much they were on? 10 grand a week.
Yeah.
They had a good season. So what does Levy do? Would you like a new contract? Yeah, it is 50 grand a week. Both of them are on 100 grand a week between them.
Yeah.
Adogi, for me, is one of the best left wing backs, left backs, whatever in the Premier League, right? Papi Marsa is really, really good in midfield. Yeah, he's a quality player. They're on 100 grand a week between them.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher would want over 200 grand a week.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, not a chance. Like
Chelsea's former captain, and he doesn't want to play for us.
Yeah, not a chance. Sorry.
Does Ange recognise a quality player from a bang average one? It's too early to be seen at this moment in time. It's too early to see, but he's signed Timo Werner. You
got Bergval. He's a quality player. He obviously Ange must have wanted him. Archie Gray looks a quality player.
It's a mixed bag, isn't it, Dave? It's a mixed bag.
It is, but I think every manager has that. Every manager has a slight mixed bag of talent. You know what I mean? If you look at other teams, let's just say Arsenal, for instance, yeah? Zinchenko, terrible. Jesus, rubbish up front. But then he signed Havertz and everyone laughed at Arteta. Yeah, he ended up scoring an abundance of goals and getting a ton of assists last season. So it's a mixed bag. Every manager has a mixed bag, but I'm not mad at the players we've signed so far. Not mad at it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it could be better. It could be much better.
And finally, we've got one more question. In the last 25 years, who has been generational for Tottenham? There's quite a few of those. It's quite a few. Do you mean, Matty, players from the academy, or do you mean players that have come through Tottenham? There's quite a few you would consider. Luka Modric, Gareth Bale, Ledley King, Harry Kane. No, Van der Vaart's not generational. Moussa Dembele's not generational because he never won anything.
Yeah, but has Harry Kane though?
It's different situation.
Because he came on all-time goal scorer. Harry Kane
scores. Look at how many goals he scores.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. Berbatov.
Berbatov could have been, yeah.
Not in the last 25 years, though. Not in the last 25 years.
No. David Anjou, not at all. Not even in the slightest. Just replying to Peter, sorry. No, not in the slightest. I'm sick of sacking managers.
Just those five? Just those five?
Who else? Trying to think.
So we've
got pretty much it, isn't it?
Berbatov, Modric, Kane, Bale, and
oh God. He's done it again. He's done it again. Oh, I knocked it out.
He's done it again. He's done
it. Big up, David, mate. That is insane. Yeah. 10 gifted this morning. Wow. Someone's woke up generous. Give him big love in the chat, please.
Yeah.
90 people in here.
It really helps us out a lot.
Oh, this is incredible. David Shea, you're a legend, sir. Thank you so much. Kyle Walker. He came from where? Didn't he come from Southampton?
No, Sheffield United.
That was it, Sheffield. I knew it was an S, yeah. But Kyle Walker, he's gone off, done amazing. One of the best right backs in the world.
Yeah.
One of the best right backs in the world. He become Clinton and Jai.
But that's it. 6 players, really.
Yeah. Sol Campbell. Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Not generational talent.
Ooh.
Bloody
Musa Sissoko.
Brilliant centre back that is Judas, but generational talent, no. There have been better centre backs than him. Yeah,
I'm nowhere close to Ange. I'm not even in my thoughts.
Eric, almost. It's a good shout, but I don't think so. But actually, no, I'll agree with you. I will agree with you. Michael Carrick made that team even better. But on that note, guys, it is actually time for us to end the show.
I know we got over 15 minutes over, mate. This is strange. 94 in the chat. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps us out massively. We love the community we're creating here. And Morning Brews is here every morning. We wake up early. We come on here and we try and find news for you, even when there isn't news.
Yeah, and we try and have good talking points. Like Do We Start Panicking? It's a good talking point this morning.
Yeah. And just remember, everyone's got an opinion. This is our opinions. You have your opinions. So it's fine. That's what we like to do. We like to have discussions. We like to have debates, everything like that on Morning Brews. While you're drinking your coffee.
Well, it's debates. We have conversations because for me...
Yeah, conversations.
Yeah.
Solomon didn't participate in yesterday's Tottenham football match. No, he didn't.
No, Ronnie. I think he's still recovering from that meniscus injury. Yeah, it's a difficult injury, Ronnie. It's a really difficult one. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy yourself. Thank you again to David Shire. Really means a lot.
Big up.
Big up to him. And David, catchphrase.
Toma ni mind.
And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now. Tottenham Talk.